the one thing I was thinking about with Odell is like, wow, this could have been the Niners. Another thing I'm thinking about is it's not the Niners. This is so not what the Niners are doing. And like that, what the Rams are doing, that is all in. And before the season, I said the Niners aren't all in. And my dad was like, take it back. All teams are all in. Well, the players are, but the Rams showed you what it looks like to be all in. The Niners said they were. It was a slogan. It was a marketing slogan. It was like, hey, we got 2019 vibes. We're going for the Super Bowl. Get your season tickets. Buy a jersey. We're selling new 94, the red ones. They're really nice. Get the red jerseys. Give us some money, and we're going to reward you with a really exciting season. And we won the Super Bowl in 94. So I'm saying, like, we're probably going to win.
And they never lost in those jerseys, right? I think they were undefeated, right?
But it was just marketing, because the way you knew they weren't all in is when it was time to actually, put rubber to the road, to use a cliche. They spent their first round pick on next year or the year after that. And you don't have to be a freaking genius to figure out what signal the Niners are sending. I think people in the locker room figured it out too. Oh, wait a second. That was bullshit. Sorry. I mean, that was just marketing. It was PR. Like, we're not all in. I mean, maybe we can make a run, but they didn't help us with our first round pick or our second round. They're redshirting the first 4 picks. So that's not all. This is, I don't know what you'd call it, but it's not taking the season seriously as you said to the franchise.
So I think that what really is, and I said it in the offseason and people were upset with me. There was never a plan. Let me explain.
Yeah.
They were all in when they wanted Stafford. That's when they were all in. That's all in to go for the season.
Yeah.
When you whiff on every other quarterback that you're looking for to replace Jimmy Garoppolo, then you go to plan Z, which is trade up to 3. But then on draft day, you call about Aaron Rodgers.
Right.
So I don't think that
they ended up doing something that they were like only like half-hearted about.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Like, you were all in.
Plan D. Let's go plan D.
You were all in with Stafford at that point because that's a win now move. You were all in then, right?
It's working for the Rams. Yeah.
Right. But then when you pivot to moving up to 3, that lets me know there was never any plan. It let me know day to day you're trying different things. Day to day, you're like, man, maybe if we get Stafford, okay, he's done. Okay, now let's move on. Maybe this guy, nope. Maybe Teddy Bridgewater, nope. Maybe this guy, nope. All right.
But it also tells me that they never really thought they were going to be that good this year. I mean, they said it because you don't tell your fans and your players, hey, we're going to be about 9-8 tops. But I don't think they ever really looked at this roster and said, we got this. I think it was just talk. I think it was talk.
I mean, we all bought it though, right? And then
I don't think the players did. Well, I think the players saw that pick and they're like, wait a second. There's something fishy going on this year. This year is, and I think that's why they haven't had a complete game all year. I feel like this locker room is messed up. They used to be cohesive. Now they're not.
Well, the thing is that the reason that they were able to sell the 2019 dream was because the whole team was injured in 2020, right? And now it's like, okay, now, we have eyes on 2020, but we're bringing back basically this entire roster.
But that wasn't the plan, Jason.
Right.
It just
I know. There was no plan. That was the whole thing I kept said all offseason.
It's important to remember that the Niners' plan was not to bring back K'Wan Williams, Jaquaski Tart, all these vets. It just happened that way because of the pandemic. Who knows I don't know if the Niners had a plan, but if they had one, we'll never find out because this just fell in their laps. And then they pivoted to, well, we're going to make a run. No, you're not. No, you're not. You're the same team that went 6-10.
Every week, it was a new quarterback that you were flirting with. Every week, you were tied to another quarterback. You had no plan. Every week, you were pivoting to something else. And then when everything dried up, he went to York and said, I'm trading all these picks so we can get up to number 3 so I can get a guy. And that right there is the biggest sign of no plan, none.
What annoys me about this season, and I'm not a Niner fan. I think some people look at my anger and say, "You're definitely a fan." No, I'm not. I'm not. But let me explain where I'm coming from. I swear I'm not a fan. What annoys me about it is I feel like he's wasting everyone's time, and that pisses me off. I'm sorry, I'm cursing. I'm stopped.
I've seen that.
It annoys me because football's violent, and you can't just waste a year of Jaquaski Tart's career or K'Wan Williams because it's over next year. It could be over next week. It's not. You can do it in basketball. You can tank in basketball. It's almost the right thing to do. Give some bad players some playing time. Get a good pick. It's the right. But in football, it just wastes everyone's time. It wastes great players a valuable part of their career. And it could get people fired, position.
Every moment could be your last when you play football.
Yeah, I don't like it. And it makes me like when Chip Kelly wasted a year of Joe Staley's career, it upset me. It's like, that's not right. Same with Jim Tomsula. And if Kyle, here's the thing. I'm not saying this just wasn't the same amount of urgency. I think the Niners front office was pretty much okay with them not being great this year. And you know who created that atmosphere? Jed, when you gave another 6-year extension. A 6-year extension? Well, by year 3, I'll have it. Even if it doesn't work out before then, it's okay. You gave me a 6-year extension.
I wouldn't worry about it. Winning with class is way better than winning consistently. So,
yeah.
I hope people get that reference.
I think if you probably asked Jim Harbaugh, like, why are the Niners not good? Why haven't they found sustained success since you left? Because they don't have what it takes to win. I had it, and they felt it was too uncomfortable. Like, I think that what drove him out was probably all the arrests and stuff that they weren't winning with class, and fine. But I guess from his perspective, a lot of the winning teams have players like, look at the Chiefs, right? Look at the Seahawks. I mean, you kind of have to make some of these deals to win.
That I won't comment on because it's clear that they prioritize high character guys. That's why when some guys come available, that's the reason Solomon Thomas is here. But besides the fact that he was here, besides the fact that John Lynch went to Stanford, high character guy, you knew they had to cleanse the palate. And then remember, Chip wanted Dak, and they were like, no, he has a suspected DUI. We can't even do that.
Yeah.
So they clearly prioritized after all of that. High character guys, but that's in the spite of winning. Dak Prescott was never convicted of anything with a DUI. You were just hesitant because there was something out there about it, and the optics became too large.
Right, and it's great to have good guys on your team, but not at the expense of winning.
Right, you
don't want to have the nicest team in the NFL.
Yeah, you don't want it, but you don't want anybody who's like beating women or anything like that. Like,
no, of course not. I'm not saying that. Absolutely not.
Yeah, right. But I mean, if a guy
like winning is hard. And it takes some, I don't know what I'm trying to say, but winning, it takes some level of how bad do you really want it? What would you be willing to sacrifice? And again, I feel like the Niners aren't willing to,
it's prioritizing the high character guys, right?
Yeah.
Because he was literally a Stanford guy, and they were like, man, there's never going to be any issues with him or anything like that. But if you weren't looking for a high character guy, or you weren't going that route, you could have had whatever, Watson, whoever. Obviously, we don't want to go down that road again. But I think it was because of the optics and how bad things were during that time that the 49ers prioritized that.